Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Why are you holding an iPad?
Something a bit different today. We're just reading an article. It was actually written in news.com.au. I will leave the link somewhere in the description below, hopefully if I remember. But the article is somewhat kind of interesting. It reads, a third of Aussies believe they will always be in debt. So in this channel, we usually talk about money, couple finance, and I figured this might be somewhat relevant to what we do.
Yes.
You can read it on your...
Oh yeah, I forgot.
So that way you can relate to it. So the article is kind of a little bit of an interesting one, and it was kind of bizarre when it says a third of an Aussie. So 1 in 3. So if...
That's scary. It sounds really scary. But when I read into it, they didn't say about mortgage though.
No,
it's
not really.
It's
Majority
more
of
consumer.
them, consumer debt,
which
retail
is
debt.
even worse.
Yeah, consumer debt where it's actually depreciating value, product and services that doesn't mean anything, and it's kind of interesting. I will try my best to remember to write it down.
Please
in the description. So, what do you think of this article? Apparently in here, more than 10,000 people responded to a survey. 91% said they carry credit card debt. Now, that alone, and almost half of which total more than $5,000.
That is really scary though. Why? Why do you have to do that? Why?
Why do you do that to yourself in the first place?
Consumer, like here and there, people just like to buy stuff, new stuff, right? That's what we do. We talk about, but it depends on if you can control it or do you have a goal as well. Human, especially women. We just talked about that last night, didn't we?
Majority of the product we talked about last night was majority of retailers. If you go to a shopping mall, it actually designed for female. Majority of the stuff that we sell in our eBay store is actually targeted for female. There's only the bits and pieces here and there, like kids, female, like what else? The mom is bound to be the purchaser.
Yeah, not only mom.
Majority of them anyway, like all our product. That's what we see.
Yeah.
Like a guy's product is coming from a guy anyway. I don't buy a lot of things. So,
In general, guys, they don't buy much.
$5,000 in debt. It's somewhat okay. But if you can, I can relate to that because I did at one stage have a credit card about 5,000, 10,000, something right there.
Whoa!
And it's not fun.
Wow, and 50% of that 10,000 people have more than 5,000 credit card debt.
So
that sounds quite scary to me, though.
Yeah.
Why don't you not pay it off? Credit card interest is just way too high.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense borrowing money that have a 20% interest rate. So why do you need it? I mean, are you willing to pay?
Convenience.
I suppose.
Right? Convenience store, they charge more.
Yeah. So
credit card is just a card and you got access to it. You don't have to apply again, like a personal loan. The bank is just make it so easy for you to get this money from them so they can make more money from you.
It's the hurt factor. It's like if you're giving people cash right there, you know that $50 note, it's going to disappear from your hand and you're probably going to get back in loose change. Whereas on a credit card, you tap,
don't feel it,
but you get your card back.
Yeah.
You get this big massive statement at the end. This is how much you owe. And actually, when we went to the bank, remember that?
Yeah.
We saw we were depositing money.
Oh yeah.
And we're like, okay, then I wonder.
We got
what
nothing more to do.
Yeah, there was nothing else to do, so I'm like, okay, then we're teaching kids about money and teaching kids how to deposit money, understanding, depositing and withdrawal. And somehow we see a lot of receipts.
Yeah, all these receipts, they're just flying everywhere. Not that we're digging in the bin. When you put the receipt in, you can't take it out. It's just people leave it in the machine or just on top of the bin.
Some people don't even take it out from the machine, like the receipt comes out, but they just left it there and they just walk out. And because it was at night time, so it's a little bit more messy. Like in the afternoon, evening, so the bound to be a lot of receipts everywhere on this particular ATMs anyway. So we were wondering, I wonder how much people actually have in their bank account right now. right now.
Who knows? Maybe they have few bank account.
Who
But
knows?
those we saw, all of them less than a grand.
Less than
Some of them
$1,000.
100.
Like on the
$100.
less than $500.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, our kids have a lot more money than that.
Yeah.
It's kind of, yeah. I understand that. I understand the fact that I gotta go to the ATM. I could be bothered. I'm just gonna use the credit card and just pay it later. I'll pay it later. I'll pay it tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. Anyway, so what did you think? Anything else that you get from this article?
Seems like they don't see the light.
Yeah, it was kind of scary. That
The
you
thing is,
sleep
well,
every night.
the thing is, well, if you can't see the light, why don't you just try to change something? Why don't you just try to pay off quickly? Because it's snowball effect. If you keep paying the minimum only, you'll take God knows how long. I don't know how many years. Depends on how much is your debt.
Yeah.
And the interest rate.
Yeah, like stop digging yourself into a hole.
Yeah.
It's not fun digging yourself into a hole. It's not fun having the stress, anxiety of, oh my God, I gotta go to work tomorrow because I gotta pay this bill that I buy a bag for 2 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not fun. Retail debt, it's not fun. Consumer debt, it's not fun.
No.
So, like, I would rather be the one that earning the interest instead of paying the interest. What else is there? Do you believe in the article where it says a good debt and a bad debt?
What about? I haven't read that.
You didn't
What
read this
about
bit? The good debt.
No.
It's helping you to, in the long term, for example, a mortgage to buy a house to raise in value, whereas a bad debt generally depreciating an asset.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did believe in that in the beginning, but not anymore. I say debt is debt. Debt is bad. You're in debt with something or someone or some company, so that means you're in hand with them. Hey, you pretty much they owe you
Wow.
your time.
Still,
your
a lot
effort.
of people they make their wealth because of using other people's money.
Yeah.
You have to take that
using
risk.
debt as a leverage in a sense.
Yes, there's a good debt, right?
Yeah.
If you're buying something with a debt and that appreciate in value, I believe in that.
Yeah.
But can you take the risk? Can you keep paying that repayment? What if your income suddenly stop? Is it still a good debt?
Coming from experience.
Yes, it's like everyone's situation is different. We're not a financial advisor.
Yep.
So it's based on your situation and your risk tolerant. And
Yeah.
now the older you get, the less risk tolerance you can get.
I'd rather have no debt,
Yes.
including mortgage, like zero debt.
Even investment property. That's what
Yeah.
he's saying.
That's how I see it. Because the thing is, like, at the moment during the pandemic, a lot of things can happen, and you can't see that in the future. You know, for example, let's say our tenant paying rent, but we still have a mortgage. Let's say your good debt.
Yeah.
An example, that good debt's supposed to be paid by the tenant, but if the tenant's not there,
Yeah.
it's got to come out from you.
Your pocket.
So do you?
And what if you don't have extra money?
Correct.
What if?
What if you're not good at budgeting and you don't have
Yeah.
that surplus income to cover that mortgage? You know, we were like that at one stage.
Yeah.
We were
Just in
you
and
know,
out.
in and out, in and out. Money
Yeah.
comes in, money comes out, money comes in, money comes out, and that's
Yeah.
not fun.
It's really
And
stressful and tiring.
especially if you have
Yeah.
multiple properties. You know, multiple properties.
Yeah.
Let's say one moved out, and then another one moved out, another one moved out, or something breakdown on the other hand. So your whole entire cash flow or your reserve can get chewed up quite quickly.
Well,
Versus if you don't have any mortgages.
Yeah, like one of our friend, they got a apartment in Melbourne
Oh yeah,
during COVID.
yeah. The tenant
Moved out, couldn't come
Yeah.
back because he's an international student. I don't know how's the apartment, but I think lucky there's no mortgage.
Yeah,
with
and
that.
she can stay in that price point. You don't have to discount them as well.
Yeah, it
I
used to be. I think she said it used to be rent for $500 a week,
Mhm.
but then in the same building, other landlord they have to rent it down to $310 a week.
Just to cover up the mortgage. I'm
I
sure.
don't think
Or
they
it's
can
probably
even
more.
cover it.
Or they just want to have somebody in there,
Yeah.
so that way they don't as hemorrhaging as much.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
But for her,
For her,
well,
like
she got the bargaining power, right? I don't
Yeah.
have to, but I only have to pay the council and strata.
yeah,
She still can
which is
afford
not
it.
that much
Yeah.
in that aspect.
Because when you drop down the rent like that, you tend to attract bargain
good,
hunter.
bargain
or-
hunter of
yeah.
not good quality tenant. in a
Yes,
sense.
exactly.
You know, you probably can. There's gonna be a lot more problem in the end.
Exactly.
We did that at once.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
we were so struggling to find a tenant. Like take it, whoever apply, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Because I've got no choice. I would rather them to pay off the mortgage instead of me.
Yeah.
But then, 2 years later, that damaged a lot more
Yeah.
because we were discounting our
Rent.
rental income.
Yeah. So we eventually discounted our rental income, and also we're gonna pay for insurance. Not
The
insurance, the rental.
claim, the
Yeah, the
renovation, you know, the time, the cost of that is actually far greater than the discount.
Yes, exactly. So it
So-
wasn't fun at all.
Not only we lose money on our rental, we gotta renovate it again. It costs us a lot more.
And then it was empty for some time
Empty
again.
for a lot more time.
Mhm.
And it was, at the time, I think it was school holiday.
I don't know. It was a sad
Something like that.
story. Okay, back to the article.
Back to the article. So apparently in here, like, I guess to take control of your money is one way. I
Yes.
agree on that. So
Totally agree. If you don't take
Yeah.
control of money, money will control you.
yeah, so you actually need to sit
Just
down.
like relationship, you don't take control of this will take control of you. Would that be similar, right? Yeah, similar.
I agree on that one.
Yeah.
So if you are single anyway, you gotta take control of that. Look into your finances.
Yes.
Look into all of the bills that is piling up. Look at your wallet, how many credit cards
It's
that
really
you have.
simple. No, just don't spend more than you've earned.
Yeah.
First is check how much you take home pay, not your gross pay. Your
Yeah.
take home pay every week or every month,
Mhm.
and then list all your expenses, your living expenses, every single thing. Yes, it takes time. Takes a
Takes
long time, and you'll be very sad.
Very sad.
Very sad.
Because you're gonna have this payment for this card, that payment for that card, this payment for like multiple cards, and like that would be really stressful. For us now, we don't have any credit cards start from
One. The other is debit. All of them debit.
All of them is debit,
we keep that
and
credit
that is
card.
combined.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that credit card only because it's linked to our mortgage, and we got a cheaper interest
Interest rate because we have.
Funny.
It's
anyway.
funny. It's a product that
Yeah,
the
we
bank
try-
require you
Yeah.
to have, so that way they can grab some more money from you.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, list all your expenses and see where can you cut it down. And when you have the surplus of the money,
Mhm.
pay off your debt.
that's right.
Does it sound hard?
It shouldn't be,
It doesn't sound hard. It
but
is
it's so
simple.
difficult to
Yes,
do.
it is very simple, but it is. You have to change your habit
Yeah.
if you want it to be changed.
I remember doing exactly that when I was in the middle of the night. The kids were sleeping. You were sleeping.
Mhm.
I had to take control of where our money is, and it is one of the most coldest. I felt like I'm so lonely.
Mm.
I was sitting in I guess in our dining table. I feel so lonely. I don't know how to
You
tackle
should have
this.
made a video on that time.
Yeah,
Mm.
I should have, but that was like about 4 or 5 plus years ago.
Yeah.
I was so lonely, and I felt like I don't know what to do.
No, I think I was in the mindset. I'm going back to work at that time. Maybe going back to work.
It was a temporary basis. It's okay. You should be able to just cover the minimum repayment.
Yes, was in that, but you were in and out every day. Well, I was exhausted with 2 little kids.
Uh huh.
Yeah, we didn't have much time to talk about that. You just come home, quickly have your meal, and go out again.
Or if not, go to sleep and then wake up first thing in the morning. Don't even see the kids and go out again.
Yeah.
So, the other one would be your mortgage shouldn't be set and forget. I agree with that.
Yes.
So for us, we looked at our interest rate quite regularly. That was one of the biggest thing for me to tackle because I don't know anything when it comes to mortgage. We
I
bought this.
did it.
I know you did it all by yourself. Like
Yeah.
I sort of like okay, then I'll sign something. Like apparently at the end of the day, I'm the one that ended up paying for it.
Yeah.
I didn't understand
Uh-huh.
like how much is it that we're paying? What's the interest rate?
Yeah.
You gotta know the ins and out of that product. Let's say.
No,
Understanding.
I would say it's review. Once you have it, you review. It's not about when we do it.
Yeah.
But back in a few years ago, and then okay, I have a thorough check for our mortgage. Okay, can
Yeah.
we decrease the rate? How can we pay less?
What do we
So
have
I
to do?
found out
with
if
our
we
bank?
pay P&I will be cheaper. Fix it for 2 years is the best. So we pay less, and we pay down the principal as well.
Yeah. So the myth of paying interest only so that way you can get a tax rebate, it doesn't make any sense. We
to,
don't believe
to us.
in that.
Well, some people
Some
maybe,
people
like
do.
if you're super high income earner, yeah, maybe.
But for
But
us, I
We're
wanna
not
get-
we're not financial advisor. We're not accountant. You talk to your accountant about
Correct.
that bit. Yeah, but
Yeah.
Personally, it doesn't,
doesn't work.
for us.
So, have a separate account for expenditure, your
Yeah.
daily expenditure.
Yeah, our credit card
We
using
started
for
doing
our
that.
grocery. What do you mean started?
No,
We've been
we
using
started
it for
up like
ages ago.
as a couple. We started doing that. It was a little bit shaky in the beginning because we have no idea what to do. Like I don't know what money goes to where, which bank account. You're understanding all of, this amount of dollar goes for grocery and expenditure of the house,
Yeah.
for example. And then there's a car expenditure. There's a utility expenditure. There is transportation expenditure. Where is all of that coming out from your bank account? So
Too complicated. Just
Yeah.
all expenditure.
understand where your expenditure is going to.
Yeah.
Be realistic. What you can afford in lifestyle. I'll say that's true. Like
That's
there are
really
sometimes
true.
you get invited to all of this fancy stuff. I'm like, you gotta say nope. I can't afford it. I'm sorry, man. I can't go to that. That
Well, it
event.
depends on your friend. I think your friend zone as well. If they're all making a lot of money or they have the same habit, try to cut them down. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but if they're not doing any good in your life, then why you still hang out with them?
Because you look at it, right? So I think what was it the saying? Like you are somewhat, your
Yeah.
income is somewhat level the same as 3 of your best friends or something like that.
Yeah.
We cut a lot.
We
of
have no
people.
friends.
We actually don't have any friends.
We have no friends
Because
anymore.
we are somewhat different. We
Yeah.
think differently. I
Yeah.
mean, in our group of friends, we're probably the only one that is retired.
Not
in a
really
sense.
retired. We don't go for 9 to 5.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't do the 9 to 5. We don't have to travel for work. We stay at
We
home
have our
parents.
weekdays.
Yeah, we work 2 or 3 days a week if I'm lucky. Sometimes more, but that's about it. Sometimes I work 7 days, and then I'll have a week off, like today. You know what I mean? Like that is a bit different. So I think that's about it in the article as far as I'm aware. I went through it. Be consistent, small changes. Having a good habit.
I think
Create
habit,
that.
yeah.
The habit is so hard in
It
the
takes
beginning.
time. Don't push yourself too much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just write down your goal, something visual. I think for me, I like to see something visual.
Yeah.
How much you have owed and how much you have paid off.
Having the temperature gauge, which I wanted to do,
Yeah.
like have
Okay.
a goal. Okay, then so this
Yeah.
is your debt.
Mm.
You write it down, you cross it out as you
Yeah.
go along, and then before you know it, finish. That might be a visual representation where you at.
Mhm.
And actually, you will do things that are a bit different than any of your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. For us, we buy a lot of things that is on saving.
Like what? What do you mean?
Groceries.
Oh, okay. Yep.
we don't pay retail if you can.
Oh well, depends on when you
So-
can sell. We buy it.
Yeah, when it's on sale, we buy 10.
Let's go down shopping.
Speaking of that, that's what we're going to be doing next.
Mm-hmm.
So, hopefully that helps you guys to get you out of the debt.
Yeah, it's
you know?
not end of the tunnel. You can do it.
Yeah, if we're able to do it, I'm sure every other people out there are able to do it.
Yes.
We're living proof that I felt like I was in the lowest point of my life where I can't even figure out what bills to pay the next payday.
Yeah.
So that was struggling. Like we weren't behind, but I was like, okay,
All these
then
bills are coming. Which
in
one should
one
I
hit.
pay first? My
Exactly.
account only got this certain amount of money. I don't have enough to pay all of them.
that's right.
And now you're like, close my eyes.
I closed my eyes.
I got a bill. Yeah.
Yeah, pay now. And that's the
What else
beauty
can I
thing.
pay?
Exactly. Like sometimes now when I looked at my bank account, it's like, I've got money. Have I got any bills? No.
Put it in my
What are
bank.
we doing now? What do we do with this money? Like, okay,
Send it to
we'll
me.
just send it to go out in there and work for itself.
Yeah.
To earn more income, earn an interest. I'm like, okay. And yeah, now when a bill comes in, I open it up, I pay it straight away. That's the beauty
Before
of
we
it. Instead of, I
Struggling.
gotta wait,
Yeah.
oh my god, when is that due? Oh, that's due on that date, so I gotta pay on that day so that way I don't get the late fee.
Mhm.
So yeah, we've been there. I know how it feels. Anyway, that's our 2 cents. Hopefully this type of content help you guys. If you are in one of those a third of Aussie, that they believe they'll always be in debt.
Yeah.
Don't be. There's a way out. See you guys in the next video.
See Yeah. Bye.
Peace.